Hello and welcome to County Durham Poverty Truth Commission here in Newton Aycliffe. We're here today to hear the stories from people from Aycliffe, Bishop Auckland, Shildon and Ferry Hill about their struggle with poverty.
On behalf of us all here today, I would like to thank you all for your attendance and look forward to listening to lots of discussions and reflections and interactions. We all hope you get the best you can out of today and enjoy.
To find out more about the Poverty Truth Commission, what they do, and to engage with other services.
I'm hoping that today teaches me a little bit more about poverty and how people manage, and I also, like my fellow director, I'm desperate to engage with other services to ensure that we can all work together and do our best to put an end to poverty in the county.
To build links with other organisations and see if there's any best practice we can take to our organisation, help our customers.
I'd like to see people come together and hopefully build power as a collective to overcome this.
I'm Kate and I'm from DCA, and it is my privilege to welcome you all here this afternoon.
Hello, I'm Julie. I'm the project worker for the Poverty Truth Commission. And you're about to meet the stars of today, our fantastic, awesome and very inspiring community commissioners.
Don't be so stupid. I can still hear the words.
Fast forward 3 years, 3 relationships, 2 house moves later, and I'm finally settled in a lovely home.
At 15, I was sleeping rough. I had no one to help me. I always tried to look out for others and give back to the community.
On December the 21st, 2019, my wish to leave was unexpectedly granted. Poverty does not define me, and it never will, because I do have a voice and I do matter.
For poverty's cure, it's not just gold, it's hands. It is the hands that lift and hearts made bold.
Poverty is a major issue where we live. Very ill is the top 1% most deprived areas in the country. At our school, around 50% of students are on free school meals. For many, school lunch will be their only or main hot meal of the day.
Looks like holes in the shoes, smells like burnt toast.
Tastes like a dry mouth, sounds like a fire alarm that won't stop beeping.
Feels like hidden pressure, and so it's a recurring issue.
Looks like hell, down-beaten, smells like something out of a bin.
Poverty tastes like poison, sounds like static bumping into walls.
Feels like lacking wants, and so it is a cycle that continues.
Looks like worn down, smells like socks, sour milk, not being able to be replaced.
Tastes like stale bread with the smell of penicillin. Sounds like a fire alarm that never stops.
Days like isolating shame, damp when you can't keep the heating on, and so it's a recurring issue.
Looks like wonky glasses, smells like mouldy.
Tastes like burnt toast and sounds like static bumping into walls.
Feels like shame of having to use food banks, and so it is.
As it shouldn't be.
Poverty for me is not having basic human comforts.
As you can tell by my accent, I'm American, and so I'm not originally from here. My story actually starts about 10 years ago. I feel like I can't do anything. My story isn't mine. I'm in the hands of everyone else.
Good afternoon, my name's Paul. I think I've been fortunate, but I still have a story to tell.
My name's Ashley, I'm from Shildon Alive, and I am saying the words of one of our volunteers today.
I arrived in the UK with positive dreams, looking forward to a happy new life with amazing weathers, snow in the winter, springs and summers. So I'm surrounded by people that give me hope and help me feel positive about my life.
Sometimes the amount I eat could barely feed the mouse. Please remember, tomorrow begins today.
I really wanted to do this for ages, right, but I'm absolutely bricking it. My name was tainted again.
The community commissioners are now going to tell you some changes that they would like to see.
People have a voice.
The changes that I would like to see are that children's voices are heard. There are 100,000 children in the care system. Their voices are not being listened to. And County Durham is the second highest in domestic abuse in the North East, and that needs to change.
I'd like to see kids have better perspectives for their future. That way they don't end up growing up with no clear goals or idea of what to do.
As a veteran of 9 years, I would like to see our brave lads looked after better and not just thrown on the streets like a lump of garbage.
I urge people to give a good listening ear to people living with poverty and act accordingly.
I wish the immigrants can settle down and fully integrate into the system without discrimination or hate speech. Together, we can all kick out poverty and uphold the truth. Thank you.
I'd like to think that the communities like what they used to be years and years ago, when obviously around here there was like a lot of big villages and stuff like that, and people had a community, where I think now the community spirit seems to be so fractured and so split up. So I'd like to see everybody try to join back together so we can all be there to help each other and help us point in the right direction for a better and happy future.
I am part of the cycle of generational trauma, and I'm about to break that cycle of generational trauma. So intervention is the key to prevention.
So being here today, what I've gained from that is the positive reinforcement that we really all need to be working harder to listen to the real life stories of people affected by poverty in all of its forms. And I'm making pledges to actually change things, even if it's one small thing in our practice as professionals.
And I think that hearing the hidden poverty, I think, and the people that you don't expect, I think that's the thing that we all have to be mindful that what you see is not always what you get as well.